Are we live? Awesome. Okay, welcome to our January 10th PTO meeting. I'm Andrea Bond. I'm the Vice President.
Colleen Butler, Secretary. Danny Walker, Hospitality Director.
Melissa Blaschka, the Treasurer.
Okay, we are going to start with our treasurer update.
Okay, so I'll make copies soon so you all can actually see it, but not much happened in December money-wise. There were a couple things we were able to fund. So the boys' night out lost some sponsorship, so we were able to help fund kind of the hygiene packets that we send home as well as the snacks for the night. So we're glad to be able to do that. And then I think the fifth graders went on an Eagle cruise, an educational cruise with Idaho Fish and Game. So we were able to help fund that as well. And so that's all that really happened in December. Obviously, lots of time off of school. So for the year, we're actually $3,700 ahead of budget. So that's exciting to hear. Part of that's because we're hoping to encourage teacher grants, which I know we have some on the way. So we're really glad about that to help us spend some of the money we planned to spend. And so that's where most of the difference is coming from. And I think that's all I was going to say.
Okay, and then we have our hospitality update.
Yes, we have a fundraiser starting, I think it's on the 4th Tuesday of every month with Rogers. And so the kiddos will get flyers in their folders. And then you need to have the flyers with you when you go to Rogers for us to get the fundraiser credit. So
take their flyer to Rogers.
Yep.
And what's the Rogers date again?
It's the 4th Tuesday of this month.
4th Tuesday.
Yep.
It's in Rogers, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. It'll be the 24th of this month.
Perfect. Okay, I'm just gonna skip.
Oh wait, and then
Yes.
popcorn day. So
yep.
not this Friday, but the following Friday on the 20th. And we have 5 volunteers right now. Last time we had 6 people and that ran really smoothly. So if there's one more person who wants to volunteer, it starts at 9 and then goes till about
12 to 1 about.
to 1.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to skip forward on the agenda and just go to the upcoming levy. So we have our levy coming up, which we talked about last month. So the date to remember, it's going to be on the March 14th ballot. You can request an absentee ballot, and I feel like that's really important, especially if people are traveling in the month of March, or if you just can't get in. You can request your absentee ballot until March 3rd by 5 p.m. So if it is 5:01, you will not be able to request your absentee ballot. And those need to be mailed in or dropped off at the Kootenai County Elections Office on the 14th. So by the end of the election cycle, which it runs from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. on the 14th. Early voting starts on February 27th and it goes to March 10th. And it's Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 o'clock down at the election office. Again, so some websites to keep in mind if you're looking for more information on like where to go to vote, your polling place, early voting, absentee, ballot request. The websites that I like is the kcgov.us, so it's the Kootenai County like website, and you can go to elections and it will tell you all the information for the elections coming up this year. So that has a lot of information on where to vote, how to vote, absentee ballot information. You can go and register at voteidaho.gov, and it should be able to tell you with the last 4 of your social. If you're new here, it should tell you when you'll be able to register, so you'll be able to know that. And I feel like online voting ends, or not online voting, I feel like online registration ends, I believe, either the day before or a week prior to the election date. But you can also register day of at your polling place. If you need more information about the levy and what they are needing it for, what they're planning to pay for it, what they use it for, cdaschools.org/levy has all the information. And So you can go through and you can click and read and just get to be able to make your decision on what they're planning to spend on, what they need it for. And so that's pretty much the levy. So then Lindsay has Step It Up. Info?
Yes. Yeah.
Sorry.
Do you want to spell grammar test? Do you want her to present that while Lindsay's
Sure.
That would be
Yeah.
awesome.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
So
This is Mrs. Izzard, our
I
art teacher.
Yeah, I'm Heather Izzard. I teach art here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And this is my third year here, and I love it. What's been keeping me afloat is Deep Space Sparkle. It's an online teacher resource. It's a sparklers club, they call it. It gives me all my lesson plans, and all sorts of ideas. There's lots of professional development and stuff I learn as being a new art teacher on, okay, how do I use oil pastels? What's this? So I've learned a lot from it, and they put out new stuff monthly. So the resource has been very beneficial to me and to the students. A lot of the artwork you see is from that, the poppies. And just most of my art projects are from that. I brought some examples of what they send me each month. They send me a whole packet that has a video slide that I can present to the class, all the materials needed, everything. So it is very, very helpful to me with the two schools. Last year, Bora PTO paid for it.
We shared her with Bora. She goes to Bora.
I go to Bora Thursday, Friday. So last year they paid for it in hopes that we could alternate each year. So that's why I'm here, in hopes that maybe you guys can help out with that. My subscription expires the end of this month. They did print me an invoice, so I have an invoice here with it. It is, here they are. Are there any questions about it or what it is?
Do you have any questions?
So the total being requested is $379, right?
$379.
And that's like the annual subscription.
It's an annual subscription, and each month I get, they have different bundles, they call them, on certain topics for each grade. So each month I get like 2 new art projects per grade of K through 7.
But then you're also saying that we're essentially swapping with Fernan like every other year.
With Bora.
Or Bora,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
So we're paying, like, we would pay the $379 this year, but then potentially wouldn't pay it again for another 2 years.
That's,
Yeah.
and that's kind of what Bora.
Yeah.
It's 2 new principals at each teacher, but that's what they had talked about last year, so my hope is that.
Yeah.
that will
The other thing too is if you can't do the whole 379, we can,
Supplement.
yeah.
We usually contemplate this as a group and then get back to a group, or contemplate it at the meeting.
Yeah, we usually contemplate as a group.
Okay.
And
As a
then,
big group right here, or as a
no, as
small
a
Board.
board meeting type group.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
And then, but, I mean, we will have an answer back to you within 24 hours.
Yeah. Perfect,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you so much for coming and presenting.
Yeah.
Next grant.
Yay.
Next, can I have you? This is for first grade puppy items for Deep Lucky Puppy Reading Program. So you guys have budgeted to give us $100 for grade level. So we're hoping that we can have 4 $25 gift cards to Walmart. And so we can, at Walmart, we can buy fabric for our puppy, blankets and pillows, and then you can also buy different prizes and things that the kids can earn for their puppies each week. So that would really help us out.
I have one question on that, and it's, is that sufficient because as prices have gone up? Like, we kind of based our budget on what we saw in old budgets, so it is for $25 gift cards feeling like it's sufficient to get the materials you need for all the puppies.
I think we're okay for this year because we also use some of our classroom money that we have from our building budget that we've used to buy things. So I think we're good, but we may next year touch base with you again and see if we might need to increase that, but, we're okay with that this year.
And I wanted to speak for the maybe kindergarten parents who are online or something, because last year I didn't know what learning with Lucky meant, was that it's a dog that they get to read with and they're earning all the little charms and the pillows and stuff. And I know my son in first grade has really loved earning that, and it really has motivated him to read a lot more. So I love the program. So I'm glad we can support it. Yeah.
And we do get the dogs donated to us, and so we're hoping that continues as the years go on, but that need is from an outside organization, but
Someday it could be a need.
someday it could be a need, but we've been fortunate enough to have them continue to be donated to us, so.
And
Is that all for teacher grants?
Is that all for the teacher grant?
Anyone else?
For now.
Do you have a few
Good, we're
more
excited.
sheets
Bring
that
them
you
to
guys
us.
need a printed like one if you wanted to fill one out.
Is that the grant forms?
Yeah.
And that was sent out to staff today, so you guys will probably have more at the next meeting.
Good.
You like to
And
do
I
it?
know we had initially said we'd love to have them submitted in January, February, so it could be used this year, but if it goes beyond that, that's fine.
Yeah.
Obviously, we were slow in getting the form out really well to you guys, so that's on us.
And I have a feeling most things will still be used for this year.
Absolutely, right.
Yeah. Okay, Step It Up fundraiser?
Yep.
Okay, so we have our Step It Up fundraiser starting next month. This is the same fundraiser that our school did last year. Where essentially it is, every kiddo gives 10 to 20 emails and phone numbers, and then they win prizes. And based off of that, an email goes out and it's just like, oh, please support Keaton and this, he's raising this much money, or he's trying to raise money for what the goal is, which our goal still is to build an outdoor structure. They are quite spendy. So we are probably gonna have to do this one maybe 2 more times to get where we need to be to make that happen. But anyhow, our kickoff assembly will be on Monday, February 13th. That is where the Step It Up program. Oh my gosh, help me. Sorry, I hit my head really
Like the
hard last night
coordinators?
and I'm a little out of it. Like, I'm not kidding. I might be concussed. I'm not sure. The representatives for the company are going to present, and they make it really, really fun for the kiddos, and they go over all the different prize levels, just by submitting the phone numbers and the emails. It's based off classrooms, so prizes are not distributed individually. It's based off classroom percentages. So in a classroom, I believe it is when they reach 25%, then they get the round 1 prizes, which last year it might have been like a little selfie light or something. They're just fun little things that the kids get excited about. Round 2, I believe it's when a classroom hits 33% participation, and then they get the next little prize. I believe last year's was little stuffed sloths. And then round 3, I believe, is when our classrooms hit, I want to say 45% participation. And then I believe it was like a little, I don't know, guy that filled up with air and kind of moved around and whatever. The kids loved it. And so we do 3 days of giving out those prizes, and then all of those funds go into supporting to build an outdoor structure for us. The fundraiser runs, I believe it's roughly 2 weeks. We send everything home. All the paperwork or all the emails go home the first day, and then prizes are distributed. It says it's like day 1, day 2, day 3. But we will continue to distribute them as the contest goes. So if you don't reach 25% the first day, that's okay. Keep pushing it. Whenever you do reach it, as long as we're still doing it, I will still deliver prizes because I just know how important it is to the kiddos. And then also the kids, the entire school, because we participate in this fundraiser, they will again earn the Day of Awesomeness, which this year I believe will be Friday, June 2nd. So, in the past, it was always on our field day, but their calendar through Step It Up booked up really quick. And so June 2nd was the best day that we could get from them.
Can you remind people what the Day of Awesomeness was, just so they remember?
Yes. So the Day of Awesomeness is where they have like a bunch of cool inflatables. They have like an obstacle course where the kids are like running in these hamster balls, and we have big slides, and there's one where you're like kicking a ball at a massive target. It's a lot of fun. They play music, and it's nice. It's like controlled chaos. You know, it's definitely, you know, it's kind of replaced our field day. And field day was not as controlled chaos. It was still a lot of fun. I loved doing it, but this, I mean, the kids have a lot of fun with it. And I know last year we broke it up into, I believe, K through second, and then we did a second shift of third through fifth. So we'll probably do something similar to that. Does anybody have any questions about the fundraiser itself? Or is there any on there? Okay.
Well, and I wanted to say that we still have the money from last year sitting aside. It's about 11,500 we have sitting aside from last year that was raised this way. And like the more participation, the more money we get. And I think there's also like some sort of, we'll look into it, but STEM kind of kickback, like 10%, or they give us something so that we can also put some money towards STEM materials as a part of this. So that's kind of another side benefit of it. But if we can make about the same again for this year and next year, then there'd be a real chance at having funded the outdoor structure.
Yes.
Well, and it's super easy. Like
Yeah.
to set it up, emails, phone numbers, like they send a text or an email, you click on the link, tells them what it's for, very detailed, like it's super easy.
And you're
Like,
not obligated to do it.
Yeah.
Any kid can opt out. It's totally
Yeah.
fine. And then with the money that goes towards the STEM stuff, that goes directly to the staff. It doesn't like filter through our account or anything. It just goes directly to the staff. So, to the school.
And classes, what was it? The
We have the
classes
classrooms
that
and
do the
everything.
best, they get.
Yeah,
ice
there will
cream
be
party
there will be like some other different incentives we have of like whoever has the best, like maybe a pizza party or an ice cream party, and stuff like that. So
or extra, wasn't it like extra recess and crumble cookies?
mhm,
The
mhm.
whole thing. So
Yeah.
it's fun.
Yep, I will be touching base with the organizer of this, and we'll be finalizing all those details. So,
All right. Any teacher or parent comments or questions? All right. I think that is today's meeting, unless there are comments online.
I've not seen any.
Do we have any yet?
Okay.
Okay.
You could ask.
Yeah.
You could ask your audience.
does anybody have any questions?
Anybody that's on live right now? We are here to answer them. Nothing. All right. I think that's good. So that concludes our meeting for today, and we will see you next time.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you.